So you read the title, and I know exactly why you clicked. So I won't waste your time. One night, I was at the bar with my friends. And my friend group, they're very shy. They're the type to think that if they get rejected by a woman, that your heart stops or something. I've never been like that. I've been a short guy, so at basketball, I used to get rejected, blocked all the time. So I'm used to it. If I get blocked, I get blocked. If I make it, I make it. That's taking shots. They're at a table drinking with niggas, talking about some, man, did you watch the episode of JJK last night? Man, Yuji went at it, bro. Yuji was throwing hands. Matter of fact, throwing hands. Bro, did you watch that UFC that happened last week? Oh, buddy got beat, bro. He got beat. Nigga, I'm trying to beat box. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about a girl. I'm talking about some coochie. So while they talking, I'm looking around the bar trying to spot something. I see something. I see dark chocolate, dark skin glowing, body amazing. She had a big booty and it wasn't stiff, it wasn't hard, it was jiggling. So I said, man, I gotta get her a stiff drink. So I exit my friend group saying, I'll catch y'all boys later. And I went over there to talk to her. I'd offer her a drink. She accepted. I said, what's your name? She said her name's Chanel. Now I should have known that something wasn't right. That something was off because her name was Chanel and she had on Sheen, no designer. And you know when you talking and a girl is with her friend group, because I don't think a girl's gonna show up to a bar alone, especially not in 2026 with all this red pill shit going on.
As a man, like, women's should worship me. You feel me?
But she at the bar with her friends, and you know this big 250 Miss Welrich looking ass bitch just creeping around the corners trying to say, you can't talk to my friend. What you talking to my friend for? And I said, my bad, Bertha. Can I get you a drink and maybe some nachos? And that shut her up for like 30 minutes. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't see her for the rest of the night. So I was talking to Chanel. I was saying, what you doing? She said, well, I'm just at the bar with my friends. I'm like, what you doing later? Well, probably just go home. I'm like, so what do you do in life? Like, you go to school? She's like, yeah, I go to school. I go to blah, 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 blah. You know, we just small talk, chatting it up. I get her number and I said, all right, can I maybe text you? We'll plan some later this week. She said, all right, I'll check my schedule. So I went back to my friend group and I said, man, how you do that, dude? It's called talking, dumbass. So I hit her up the next day and then I planned something for that weekend, bowling. So we went bowling, we had a few drinks, I got her something to eat, and I was like, all right, I'll catch you later. And she's like, well, do you want to go back to my house? I'm like, damn, the first day? Well, I didn't say that out loud, but you know, in my head I was like, wow, okay. So we went back to her crib and man, her crib, it was ridiculous, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The dishes weren't done. She had roaches. And man, I'm like, how do you, she smelled so good too. She smelled like strawberries and champagne, but her house smelled like mothballs. How that happened? How that happened? So we sitting up watching TV. She had a little bit of Mary J. So we smoking and we smoking and we smoking. And I ain't even gonna lie. She started grabbing a Johnson, grabbing a Johnson, grabbing a Johnson. So I took them clothes off and I noticed the tattoos that she had that I didn't notice from before. She had a heart up under her breast. I'm like, that's a little tacky. And then she asked me, do you have any tattoos? I'm like, nah, I'm definitely afraid of needles. When I was a kid, I was about to get a flu shot and the motherfucking doctor had dropped the needle into my leg, like, oops, and dropped the needle into my leg. And I said, nah, I can't deal with needles. And she said, hmm. And then she started kissing. We started going, and man, I ain't even gonna lie. House dirty or not, as long as the pussy clean, I'm in it. So I'm hitting it from the back, and I noticed she had tattoos on her booty, and that's how I knew, yep, I'm messing with a bop. She had some stars on her left cheek and a mouth on her right cheek. And I should have known this. If you got a mouth on your booty, your food finna be disgusting. But I didn't put two and two together at that point because I was too busy enjoying the back shots. I'm not even gonna lie. Pause. The back shots I was giving to her. Yeah, but I told you she had a jiggly. Man, it was so jiggly wiggly, jiggly wiggly, jiggly wiggly. Man, the mouth, it was closing, opening, smiling, frowning. That's how jiggly her booty was. So man, when I finished and she finished, cause I gotta make sure she finished too. We both finished the race. She was like, "That was amazing. You want anything to eat? Anything to drink?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll take something to eat, something to drink." She went up and she said she gonna cook something for me. So I said, all right. And she came back with a Hot Pocket and some orange juice at 2 a.m. at night. Listen, I thought to myself, man, what? But I ain't finna say, I just took it and ate it. I was poor. I ate powdered eggs. I ate cereal, no milk.
Cereal with the canned milk.
I was eating grits, no bacon, no biscuits, just grits for breakfast. And then when we went to school, no breakfast, school breakfast. Matter of fact, school breakfast was probably better than the stuff we had at the house. Nigga. But I had a little bit of change in my pocket and I could have got me a burger. Like, I could have got me some from, what was open at that time? I believe Jack stays open, but I could have got me something better than and it wasn't even pepperoni. It was a meatball Hot Pocket. I would have rather took some powdered eggs in this shit, man. Cereal, no build. Noodles, no packet. I would have rather took something like that. But I ate it. I was like, yeah, thank you, I guess. But I spent the night because I'm a gentleman. And then first thing in the morning, I didn't even let her cook breakfast. I went to the house. Next day, she said, "Do you want to come over again?" I came over again. I hit her up at like 7 p.m. Came over around 8ish. She said she gonna cook some dinner. I was like, okay. She was making some baked chicken and some macaroni and cheese. And she had finished it. And I tried my best not to eat it because them dishes was dirty as hell. She didn't know how to wash no dishes. Man, I ate the macaroni and cheese just like the McDonald's CEO had ate that burger. I said, man, the macaroni, it was hard. And then I was soft after that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then when I bit into the chicken, I noticed that it was pink on the inside. It was well cooked on the outside, but pink in the inside, just like she was. And she said, "Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. Let me make you something else to eat." I'm like, man, let me just eat your pussy. But in the back of my head, I was thinking, if your pussy tastes better than your food, there's a problem. Because as good as pussy tastes, I'm not a cannibal. I can't survive and gain nutrients off that. So I ain't even gonna lie. I still talk to her. Listen, I can order food, but if y'all want me to tell you, man, I cut that bitch off. Hell no. She may have roaches and not good food, but she smell good and she got some good pussy and that booty jiggle. So I kept her. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Peace.